All right, I'm going to ask you all to write down this dua now. Imam Ahmad and Imam al-Tirmidhi, they narrate an authentic hadith from Abu Hurairah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. قال دعاء حفظته من رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لا أدعه. There was a dua, a supplication. I remembered from the Prophet ﷺ. I memorized from the Prophet ﷺ, and I will never leave it off. Okay? He said, Allahumma ja'alni u'azzimu shukrak. Allahumma, how about y'all repeat it inshallah? Allahumma ja'alni u'azzimu shukrak. Allahumma ja'alni wa'azzimu shukrak. Oh Allah, allow me to revere, make me revere gratitude to you. Wa'azzimu. Let my gratitude of you be great. Let me be extremely grateful to you. Allahumma ja'alni wa'azzimu shukrak. Wa ukthiru dhikrak. Wa ukthiru, can you all say it? Wa ukthiru dhikrak. And make me increase in my remembrance to you. Allahumma ja'alni wa'azzimu shukrak wa ukthiru dhikrak wa attabi'u nasihatak wa attabi'u nasihatak wa attabi'u nasihatak, and make me follow your advice to me. Follow your advice to me. Wa ahfadhu, this is the last one. Wa ahfadhu.
Wait a minute. I haven't caught up yet. ذكرك.
Okay. وأحفظ وصيتك. وأحفظ وصيتك. So I'm going to repeat it again. Allahumma. You all should repeat after me, inshallah. Allahumma ja'alni u'azzimu shukrak.
أعظم شكرك.
وأكثر ذكرك. وأتبع نصيحتك. وأحفظ وصيتك. So what it means is, oh Allah, allow me to revere my gratitude to you. Let my gratitude to you be greater. Let my dhikr of you be plentiful. My remembrance of you be plentiful. Allow me to follow your advice to me, and allow me to guard over what you have commanded of me. أحفظ وصيتك. Okay? And of course, the more popular narration, also authentic, the Prophet ﷺ told Mu'adh radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, O Mu'adh, I love you. We're sending Mu'adh to Yemen. O Mu'adh, I love you. Do not let a single salah go by except that at the end of it you say, Allahumma a'inni ala dhikrika wa shukrika wa husni ibadatik. Allahumma a'inni ala dhikrika wa shukrika wa husni ibadatik. Oh Allah, enable me to remember you properly. Facilitate dhikr for me. To thank you properly and to worship you properly.
Can you say it again?
Allahumma a'inni ala dhikrika wa shukrika wa husni ibadatik. You can find these, of course, but it's better if you write it down yourself sometimes, memorize it yourself, inshallah. It's good for you. Okay, so when should you say that dua? Most of the scholars say that you should say that dua, Allahumma a'inni ala dhikrika wa shukrika wa husni ibadatik. You should say it, or I shouldn't say most, there's a difference of opinion. Some of the scholars say it's after the taslim, after you say salam. Some of them say it's before the taslim. Okay? Prophet ﷺ said, fi dubri kulli salah, at the end of every prayer. So either before you say salam alaikum or after you say salam alaikum. Both of them are acceptable. Personally, and Allah knows best, I believe it's better to say before the taslim. Because the du'as of, that the best time to make du'a is actually that time before your taslim. And so the du'as of talab, du'as of asking, requesting from Allah, are technically usually before the taslim, and the du'as of thana, just praise, okay, istighfar, tasbih, tahmid, and takbir is after the prayer, after the taslim. But if you want to say it afterwards, that's fine as well, inshallah. It doesn't really make too much of a difference. And the wording of the Prophet ﷺ fits both meanings. You had a question?
Yeah, so my husband taught me this dua to do before taslim, so I wanted to ask you about it. Let me see if I can remember. اللهم أعوذ بك من عذاب
عذاب النار وعذاب القبر.
Yeah.
من فتنة المحيا والممات من شر فتنة المسيح الدجال. That's authentic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is to add these also at that time?
Yes.
Okay.
And at that time you can make other du'as as well.
Okay.
You had a question?
Yes, I have a question about the word in Surah Al-Ma'arij, ayat 23, where it says الذين هم على صلاتهم دائمون. What's the difference between like دائمون and والذين هم in Surah Al-Mu'minun where it says يحافظون? Is there a difference?
Very subtle difference. حفظ and dawam. حفظ is to guard, da'im is to be consistent and to be still, right? So da'im refers more to the posture and the consistency of it. Hifz could be more of guarding the timings and things of that sort. But to be honest with you, if you look in what the Salaf said about both ayat, they're identical. Because they'll say protecting the timings, protecting the rituals, protecting the pillars. And so the meaning Allah knows best is subtle enough to where it almost becomes irrelevant to the discussion, right? And it's just more of reflecting on the wording as a way of extracting more benefit, but they're not in contradiction to each other. Whereas like fi salatihim khashi'un is very clearly talking about a specific element of khushu' within the prayer.
Exactly.
Well, yeah.